Anti-aliasing is something you generally do not need to mess around with in the software, since it mostly happens behind the scenes by default. That said, it goes a long way to making graphics and text look better, so it's good to know how it works, in case you do need to make decisions about it. Anti-aliasing is used to smooth out the edges of images and text, reducing the jagged edges known as the jaggies. Here's an illustration of what anti-aliasing actually does to the edges of a graphic. It adds a layer of semi-transparent pixels to each side of curved lines so that they look smoother. Anti-aliasing can either be done on the fly by the display or baked into the image file. Anti-aliasing is most appropriate for line art where curved lines are very crisp and you would otherwise see jagged edges. It applies less to continuous tone images where colors often naturally blend into each other. As you saw in the illustration slide, anti-aliasing works by adding transitional pixels at high contrast boundaries to create a smoother visual effect. It's especially important on curves and diagonal lines where the squareness of the pixels on the screen may stand out. And it's also more important to vector graphics than raster graphics, which often already have smooth transitions between colors. Most modern graphics software and gaming engines have anti-aliasing turned on by default to enhance visual quality. It's usually best to leave it on by default and let your graphics program decide the best approach for when and where to apply it. There are different types and different degrees of anti-aliasing, which we don't need to get into here. Just let the file format algorithms deal with it. The most important applications for anti-aliasing are web graphics and text rendering. However, while primarily beneficial for screen displays, anti-aliasing can also impact digital designs intended for high-resolution print outputs. The best practices for anti-aliasing are: use it for text rendering. Anti-aliasing is crucial for clear and readable text, especially on high-resolution displays or in web browsers. Photoshop has different options for anti-aliasing text that you might want to try out. And for images with transparency, use ping format. It intelligently handles anti-aliasing.